Then we all now know how the internet works, right? Like, let's imagine I tweet out, I like vanilla. And then somebody replies to me, are you saying you hate chocolate? And I'm saying, no, of course I don't hate chocolate. But for some reason, mainstream media picks it up and says, Boogie2988 tries to get chocolate taken off store shelves. Misinformation rules the day. And for some reason, since about 2016, 2017, I have been like a primary focus for misinformation. People love to spread rumors about me. You probably heard crazy rumors about me, including the one I'm talking about in this video. And some of the rumors that have circulated around me have been confusing to say the least, that I'm secretly a Republican and that I'm very conservative and that I'm anti-LGBTQ and that I'm racist and that I've been abusive to women and that I'm attracted to kids. And it's fascinating that is so pervasive. And you've probably heard some of this stuff about me. Mainstream YouTubers have talked about it on their shows and their podcasts. And it's just so frustrating for me and the people that I know because I am the opposite of that kind of person. I mean, you've ever heard the rumor that Mr. Rogers was actually a sniper in like World War II or something like that during Vietnam or whatever. I think it's just fun to pretend that someone who is good is bad. And people just enjoy doing that. I don't know why. But recently I had another scare of another negative in real life interaction with another one of these people that believe these crazy things about me. And I think I handled it fairly well. And the good news is I actually got my reaction on tape because it was at a panel at Southeast Game Exchange, and I just happened to be recording my panel.
More questions. Anybody back here? Question. Right there, sir.
Okay, other than John Lennon's musical career, his lifestyle, what are you a fan of other than eating the crap that your significant other Desiree Williams like eating Yoko Ono?
This is one of the most persistent rumors that has existed about me, which boggles my mind because my ex-wife confirmed that there was no abuse, mental, physical, emotional, of any type that happened. Like, that's still on her Twitter file right now. You can just go see it on her Twitter feed. But people just insist that happens. And this dude decided to come to my panel to confront me about this misinformation, which I had no clue how to react. But I think it's interesting how I did react.
Wait, are you implying that I hit my ex-wife?
It's not an implication, that's a direct accusation.
Well, it's obviously not something I ever did.
Okay.
Yeah, my ex-wife has even said on Twitter that didn't happen.
Now.
Well, she's never said the opposite, bud. Oh, that's fascinating.
Yeah.
You want to talk after this?
You want?
Yeah, I'd love to, man. What's your name?
Now, we all know that I have PTSD, and something like this can be extremely triggering for me. I think we all remember what I did the last time somebody confronted me and I got triggered. So I'm glad I didn't do that. What I did do, though, was obviously tell him that he was wrong and then invite him to come have a conversation about it afterwards. Obviously I was going to make sure that security patted him down, to make sure that there was like no weapons on him, that he wasn't here to harm me or anybody else. But I don't have a problem talking about this stuff, especially with somebody who's so delusional that they're willing to try to talk to me about it in person.
I've never in life, except when I had somebody step on my front door, decide that they believe that shit. What makes you believe something like that about me?
The original accusation and everything, and how everything...
My ex-wife has never accused me of that. You realize that, right? Yeah, are you mistaken that with the stripper I dated briefly tried to blackmail me?
No, I didn't know what that's actually...
Well, that's probably the girl you're talking about. My ex-wife has never accused me of anything like that.
All right.
Well, we'll call her after this. You can talk to her if you like, man. That's such a shame, man. I wonder what it's like to live in that kind of fantasy world.
Now, I do, of course, mention the girl that I dated back in 2017, who I saw for like 8 weeks, 10 weeks, and then she came out and made a video saying that I was emotionally abusive. But, I mean, let's be honest, you go watch that video. It's mostly her complaining about money because she was a gold digger and I cut her off, right? But at the end of the day, obviously I was not emotionally abusive to her. I was not physically abusive to her or my ex-wife or anybody else. Like, that is an obvious fantasy, and these people live in a fantasy world where they insist that this happened.
I mean, other than the real world.
I assure you don't, man.
Yeah.
I assure you don't. Who here thinks he's right? Who here thinks I'm the kind of person that would hit a woman? Anybody? Who here thinks he's wrong? Let's hear it.
I think he's an asshole and needs to understand.
Right. But if you think I'm the kind of person that would never hit a woman, can I get a round of applause? Let's show the crowd how long it is.
Yes, I finally had a meme moment. Yeah, everyone stood up and applauded. and I got it on tape. Everyone stood up and clapped. So I can say that actually happened in my life now. I think that's cool.
If there's 100 people in this room and 99 of them think you're wrong, and I think you're wrong, and I'm the person you're accusing, you might not live in the real world, friend. And we'll talk about it.
Ratio doesn't really matter.
Well, ratio doesn't really matter because I'm delusional.
Now, you can hear in the background people started calling him names and yelling at him, and a couple of people got up on their feet. Somebody went to get security, and I definitely didn't want him or anybody else to get hurt, especially because, listen to this, he's actually being pretty reasonable here.
That's a character, buddy.
I wouldn't recommend that.
That's a character, buddy. Like, you realize Francis is a character. There's no rage in me, buddy. I'm a pacifist. Yeah. All right. Any other questions?
I will own camera phone.
Well, you're definitely owning it. Or you're definitely wrong.
And the good news is, for most of these people, when they actually meet you, when they actually talk to you, when they're confronted with reality, when they actually get to know you, they have to realize that they live in a fantasy world. And some people have cognitive dissonance. They will cling to that fantasy, and they'll insist that they are the ones that are right and that you're the one that's wrong. And maybe this guy did after the convention. He never did come to my booth. He never did talk to me. We never did call my ex-wife or anything like that. He just avoided me for the rest of the convention, which I guess I'm probably glad for, because I'm not great at confrontation, but I think I handled this one pretty well. Certainly better than I handled the last one. Now, guys, let me know. What do you think? Have you heard these types of rumors? Do you believe them? Did this video pop into your feed because you've seen these videos and because you believe that shit about me? If so, please know it's not reality. It's make-believe. And I hate that people like this have been fooled into believing that about me. But at the end of the day, some of them are willing to have a conversation. Some of them are willing to hear me out. Some are willing to see reality, and I'm so grateful that they are. So I'm glad that this case did not end worse than it did. It certainly could have. I don't need another felony. Guys, as always, thanks for watching. I love you very much, and I will speak with you again soon.